And welcome to the Escape with Nick and Adam.
Hello. Yeah, rock on Detroit.
My name is Nick,
And I'm Adam.
and we got Adam. I'm so excited. Normally, I don't play that player,
Cowabunga.
but I'm very excited, and you might know why. You might not know, but yeah, I'm.
Does it have to do with a certain double feature?
No, maybe
Oh.
maybe this will give it away.
The turtle van came.
The Turtle Van has officially announced that it has a shipping date, and I'm very
Okay.
excited. So
As you should be. I'm excited. I can't wait to see the dang thing.
yeah, we're it's going to be a party. So they have
It's going to be a party.
it's going to be a party. So currently this is my email from NECA. Currently, we are preparing shipments to go out as fast as possible. Expect delivery in late September or early October. So for a toy that should have came out, I think it was second quarter, so should have it in my fat grubby hands by now. But the fans came out and demanded change, which, in fairness to NECA, they said, okay. The biggest thing that I think they had issue with was the now notorious bump. So I'll try and
Yeah.
because I know that this was the big thing. Let's see, get to the right page here. So I think this was the issue. It was I can't remember if it's too flat or if this is the corrected version. I think because I know they released the corrected version, so I'm not sure if this is the original promo shots for it. So, and honestly, it's been so long I can't remember. But let's
I
go
can't
over
either.
what the Turtle Van's coming with. So, based on the classic 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series. Also, this is from Swoosh. Swoosh? Is it
Whoosh.
Whoosh?
Whoosh.
Whoosh website. For the first time ever, the Turtle Van, as it appears in the 1987 original cartoon, is rolling out. NECA is offering the item for fans for blah blah blah. It was so original price $250 plus shipping, kicked it up to almost $270. So roaring straight out of the sewers and down the streets of New York City, it's Donatello's greatest invention, the Turtle Van. The turtles will stomp the Foot Clan with this mighty mobile command center, which is approximately 14 inches long, 12 inches tall, and 8 inches wide. The Turtle Van features rotating roof cannons, hinged doors, rubber tires, opening shell roof, removable laser chair, foot tenderizing at side doors, LED lights, and more. This thing is jam-packed full of goodies. And Adam, I don't remember if you remember, you had like 3 Turtle Vans to pick from. You could pick from the NECA one, and then there was the Super 7. Was it Super 7?
Yep. Super 7. I don't know the other one.
The other was Underground Arsenal, I think was the other one. And the one that was closest to price point for NECA was, I think, the Underground Arsenal. That was kind of closest, and that was I think that one came out first. But I know the Super 7 one was way more expensive. But I know, that was one of the things that people were concerned about was the hump. And then also they weren't sure if it would actually fit the turtles properly inside. So we're all going to find out pretty soon, but pretty freaking stoked. So
isn't it exciting to get a piece like that? Like to put your figures with?
My first, besides when I was a kid, like this would be like the biggest toy collectible I've ever had. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty nervous, but also I gotta make a dio for it. And I was actually shopping for materials for that last weekend to make that. So I still got it. That might be something we might kind of cover somewhat on Instagram or something. But
Hobby Lobby, my friend.
That's where I went, and I went to Hobby Lobby and I went to Lowe's. I couldn't find the foam boards I was looking for, but I found some stuff. So with any good dial, like especially for turtle stuff, you have to have bricks. I was gonna make bricks, but then I found this, and I was like, "Well, that'll work."
Right.
So I don't know if I'll just use this. I don't know how I'm gonna use this, but I was like, it's $3, so whatever.
Yep, that's what I do too.
It's big. It's a big one. So bought a couple of those. Might paint it like brick red to make it a little more sub sewery, but I don't know. I have an idea, but it's always like, is my skill level? Who knows?
You've got a pretty solid skill level, though. You got to give yourself a little bit of credit there. I mean, you painted the background right there that you're sitting in front of people. Folks at home, I'm not sure if you can see this Batman mural in the background there, but Nick painted that.
That whatever.
Okay. Yeah. See, proving it right then and there.
Yeah, and then also, so here's the other thing that. So I have to make a dial, but also, NECA just came out with a sewer dial that a lot of people are kind of
I saw that
over right now. So so here's the thing. When it comes to NECA and just collectibles in general, I do have a price point where I have to just stop. I can't just go 8. So this is that showing up correctly? Okay, so that's showing up. All right,
I think it's badass.
It's freaking awesome. But also, did you see the price for it?
I did not.
So if you see, these guys are very nice to let us know how much it is. It's $300.
It's a little steep. How big is it?
It's let's see here. Does it actually say?
I mean, I don't know if it's as big as the street scene. The street scene was $100.
Well, and I saw on one of the Facebook groups that I'm on, they stacked them and they are congruent to each other. I don't know if I'm using congruent.
Oh fuck! Well, yeah, might be worth it.
Yeah, so let me find that picture real quick because
250 would sound better, but
yeah, say 250. Well, okay. There's another thing that they're doing along with it, which I'm very happy that they're doing. But let's do this real quick. Yeah, see if I can find it on here. And shout out to Lee. Lee runs the Turtle Lair on Facebook website or the group, and he does a great job with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whew.
Tries to keep the drama to a minimum, but it's the internet. Sometimes drama happens.
If those two things are interconnected, like if you could connect that to the street scene,
I don't know.
Oh my god!
They actually connect, or they just are the same size because someone.
I know what you mean.
Or someone else did it where they just stacked them where they're okay.
Because I have a street scene and I have 4 turtles.
Right.
Excuse me.
So this is the new Dio, and then this is the street with the actual different tiers of it.
Oh yeah.
So it all goes together. Those bastards.
Hold on. Hold that.
Okay.
Thought
and
right
this,
there, buddy.
Yeah, and this. Hold on. Looks like someone cut out the actual dimensions of it, so it doesn't say what it is wide, but I'm gonna guess that's probably the better part of 25 inches wide, almost 13 inches tall and 15 inches deep.
Can you back it up real quick again? So yeah.
So this is just and let me once we get through these, I'll give.
Wow. Okay. Yep. I
Eh,
see.
there we go.
Oh
So
shit.
so this is the one that just went up for pre-order, and this
Yep.
is the existing things. I think they just put this up recently. I don't know if it's still up for pre-order or if it's not pre-order or just for retail because that was. Don't you have this?
I have the plain Jane one. That's the
Okay.
actual NECA turtle one, and
Oh,
that might
that's
have been an
okay. So
SDC San Diego Comic Con exclusive at one point, or a New York Comic Con exclusive at one point. I don't know if you can get it now on like Big Bad Toy Store or not, or on or on NECA's website.
but I
Um,
know they because I know they recently brought it back, but I'm not sure if it's one of those things they just brought back just for
yeah, yeah,
limited or if they just put it up there. So
mine's the exact same thing without the towers on the top and without the like the pizza sign and all that kind of stuff. It's just brick, the windows, and you know, yeah.
yeah. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, too much.
Whoa,
Whoa.
there he goes. Oh,
So as usual, lots of turtle
hello.
stuff going on. So and so they did. I was looking. I was listening to who was I listening to? They were talking about movies and like the results. Oh, because they were talking about uh, how movies had performed and the breakdowns between domestic versus foreign markets. And they said like the Meg 2, which just came out, performed very poorly locally, in the US, but internationally it was huge. Like it like quadrupled what it took in. And then
That's all.
the Turtles was completely the opposite, where it's like the international market said, "Get you some of this here, boys," and America
Uh,
did. It performed pretty well. It's still doing well. I don't know if it's gonna make money or not. I think it's almost there because it's. And this is the thing I've learned, especially from doing the show, Adam, is we used to kind of know, like you knew like what the budget was, sort of, pretty close. So you're like, oh, if it makes this, it should make money. And you realize you look in the market, the marketing and all that stuff more, and realize how big these budgets are, and you're like, I've got
it's
no idea what
astronomical.
it's so much more than they say it is. And then even and the silly thing is we won't actually know usually for a couple of years. So they'll come out and say, oh, by the way, we took a huge loss on this movie, which is kind of what Disney's going through with most of their stuff. Hold on, let's do a quick check in with Disney. See how they're doing. So nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, nothing's changed over at Disney recently. Actually, I think it's getting worse. I know a lot of people are talking about because they used to the quarter call and all that stuff, and it's just Disney's not in a good place. But anyway, yeah,
Well, they've got pregnant Jean Grey coming.
yes.
She's pregnant. She's pregnant in X-Men '97.
Jeez. Okay, I'm not.
But
I'm
wait
not.
a minute.
I'm not ready to have this conversation about X-Men '97 yet.
Okay, but I mean, she's got two kids out there, Rachel Summers and Cable.
Right.
So I mean, she has to get pregnant at some point.
Yeah, I'm not like mad about it, but I'm just not even ready to take on X-Men '97 yet. When is that supposed to come out?
It was supposed to be out this fall, but we'll see.
But yeah, and Adam, if you want a textbook way to completely ruin your movie before it's even done,
Uh-oh.
you should go check out what one Miss Rachel, is it Ziegler, is doing for Snow White and the Seven Majestic Animals. I think it is now, but
The Seven Majestic Animals.
it's such a train wreck because I don't know if you remember, this was because when they announced it, they're like, oh, we're going to reduce Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And then Peter Dinklage, of all people, said, aren't we better than that? And it's like, no. but they changed it instead of from dwarves to like 7 majestic magical little beings or whatever. And then now there's a whole section of Hollywood of little people are going like, dude, what the hell? Like, what's your problem? Because Peter Dinklage, probably the most identifiable little person in Hollywood, said, hey, don't do that. And Hollywood's like, all right. And now, when it comes to little people, they don't exactly have a lot of roles in Hollywood like that you can count on. I thought, the Seven Dwarves is kind of one of theirs, like, let's hang on to that for all we got. But
Yeah, but then there'd be 6 other people that could outshine him.
well, first, did you see
Lead
the production
role,
photos of this?
huh? What's that?
Did you see the production photos of this? Like, it's not great. And then you
Well,
have
what are the 7 majestic animals? What the
hold,
fuck is
all
this?
right, hold on. So let
Sorry,
me. No, you're good. Let me see if I can pull.
I was saying sorry to the audience.
Yeah, no, I got you. Which is just me right now. So
Oh, well, I can pretend.
and they're like, that's not what I want. You know what I want, internet. You give it to me.
I'll give you what you want, what you really, really want.
And first of all, Adam, like, and this is the problem. And I hate to be like old guy, but this is the problem with this generation of young people.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of when you hear specifically Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Like, just some of the, like, let's play the word game. Like, what words or things kind of come to your mind when you think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Oh no, like happy, hanging out, like it was a happy kid film. That's what it makes me think of, like that kind of stuff.
Well, I just think,
Kid shit, I guess.
well, to me, I kind of went like historically speaking, as far as its place in Hollywood history, where it's like it's the thing that put Disney on the map. It's the first animated feature movie, the one where everybody said that animated features will not work. Why are you making a feature length animated movie? Like, you guys are crazy.
Right.
And it's just, and anyway, I'll get
No,
to
I get your point. I didn't think of it like that. I was thinking of it through a nostalgia factor. So
right.
just the heartwarming stuff.
So this is, and I'm not sure if it's been confirmed or if Disney said no, that's not it. But these are some of the production leaked photos. Do you see that there?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's what's happening. And this is from
That's the 7 majestic animals.
7 majestic whatever beings they were. I don't know.
And that's Snow White. Yeah.
Well, this is.
Yeah.
I think this is a stand-in. I think some of these are stand-ins, but it's just like, guys, I don't know what's happening.
So they give it to all tall people.
Right. Except for the one. But
Is that Peter Dinklage?
No, Peter Dinklage is a thing.
So he didn't even take the job. The one opening.
Well, he wasn't.
Well,
that's the stupid thing. He wasn't even offered the job. He was just putting in his 2 cents. Like, why do we got to make them dwarves? Be like, because they're freaking dwarves in the script, Peter. Like,
and then Peter turned around and said, "Hey, short Harry, cousin of mine. Harry and Peter."
Yeah. Well, he did
Osborne.
He did the classic. I'm pulling up the ladder up from behind me because I'm famous and I've got my established name and movies and all that. Everybody knows who I am. All you other little people, literally piss off. That's what it looks like.
I mean, oh, what a tortured soul.
So this article here is from Pirates and Princesses. I'll pull this up real quick because it's turned into literally a case of, hey, star of the movie, shut up, because you're just not helping. You're actually hurting everything, and everybody hates you. And the funny thing is, these aren't like brand new uh, interviews that came out. They're actually from like a year ago.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see here. Give credit
That'd
here.
be, that'd be
So
like Jonah Hill or somebody shooting down like like the making of a Jake and the Fat Man movie or something.
yeah, it's there's so much stupid going on. But this article is from Pirates and Princesses by Mr. Milo. So far, almost every news piece about the upcoming live action remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs has been a PR disaster. Early on, the production got set on fire or caught on fire, with some seen as a bad omen for the film's future. Since then, there's been so much controversy surrounding the casting of both Snow White herself and the seven magical creatures. So I had that right. One of them
Seven
being
magic
that
creatures.
right. One of them being that multiple dwarf actors may have been put out of work to Disney being oversensitive regarding the matter of little people. One of the biggest concerns issues One of the biggest issues is the lead actress Rachel Ziegler, who has seemingly gone on a nonstop talking campaign bashing the original 1937 film, leading to a large amount of backlash online. In addition to negative comments about Snow White, she also garnered criticism over wanting to be financially compensated for every moment her films are streamed online. Even multiple news outlets who think would be protecting her have been calling out her behavior in comments.
Hmm.
Now, in a recent report via the Daily Mail, the publication spoke with multiple brand experts who are now warning that the actress' behavior may, in fact, damage any chance the film has at the box office when it is released in theaters. One expert named Clara Speet made some comments at the situation. Here is some of what she said. While it's been clear that the original Disney princess film holds old values, Disney have fallen for the trap of going the opposite extreme to inflict strong and loaded messaging on the viewers, believing that's empowerment. And some of the things that Ziegler's gone on to say is basically this movie is not going to be a love story because the love story shouldn't be the primary feature of the movie. It should be that she's going to be the leader that she's meant to be and all this stuff. And I'm like, Adam, where have we heard when you change the source material so much that
That doesn't work.
that it doesn't really work anymore? But some odd reason they're going to keep the same title and they're going to keep calling it the same thing, even though it's not the same thing. Oh wait, has that been comic books movies for the last 20 years? Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
that's about what it would be. So, as it turns out, she's pissed off a lot of people by saying, hey, remember that thing that you guys like, but it's really old because it's from 1937 and we don't think like that anymore, or apparently she doesn't think like that anymore. And she also referred to the prince as a stalker. You know, like some of the crap that has come out of her mouth, I'm just like, if you really wanted to a textbook version of how to destroy your movie before it even comes out, just follow what she's doing, or actually she's already done, because since the strike, she can't do anything to promote her movie. So
Well,
she
no,
can't even
they gotta reach a deal.
she can't even they can't do any publicity for the movie, but she also can't defend her comments about this. So it's a weird catch-22 that they're in, where it's also, hey, shut up, but also they've got to do something here, because they're like, if you scroll on Twitter, you scroll on like YouTube or whatever, everybody is just destroying this movie, and frankly, rightfully so.
Whew, sounds like a jungle, a social media jungle.
Yeah, it's not great. And I know we were talking before the show about the strike and all that, and you're like, I really hope they get the strike resolved, but I don't see it doesn't sound like it's happening anytime soon.
Well, that is sad news, my friend. That is
Yeah,
sad news.
the one I'm actually
But
most
the only
upset-
good thing of that, sorry, go ahead. I was going to say the good thing that could come from it, for me selfishly, is that maybe they'll play more older movies at the theater for a little while.
well that was going to be my thing. I was like, I'm kind of sad because like my favorite theater, the one that we're going to Saturday, is an independent theater. Like they need people to show up. They can't, and
Yeah.
but that's one of the things that they're probably going to have to do, especially going into next year. I know that they've got some stuff, coming down the pipeline, but right now all of Hollywood shut down, so they're probably going to have to go back to showing older movies, and we'll see how long they can deal with that. But yeah, it's
Well, they're in the concessions business, right? So double features, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Indiana
yeah.
Jones, man. Show us. So, oh, God, could bring us some Batman movies. I'm so
Well,
mad at it. I could have gone to MJR at the beginning of summer or something like that. I can't remember what it was, and seen The Dark Knight. Why the fuck didn't I go? So upset with myself.
Well, that's the only thing I kind of hope. I was like, okay, technically, there's only one Star Wars movie that I care about that I haven't seen in the theaters, and that's
Return of the Jedi.
So if they ever release that, we're gonna have to go do that. But
We'd actually have to see that one together because we owe an amends to our younger selves.
yeah,
Or our younger selves owe an amends to us. We got to fix that shit.
because I think it's mainly because we were lazy. Because that's
We were
when
lazy.
it wasn't the 25th anniversary. It had to be the 30th anniversary, right? That they re-released the originals.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. So, I think we were in the 10th grade, weren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, well, if you go, it should have been 97 for 30 years, but
Oh, so then, yeah. Oh gosh, we were juniors. We were juniors. Yeah.
yeah. So I
And
know
we
we
had
went and saw.
jobs.
Yeah, I know we went and saw New Hope. I know we saw Empire, but I think for some odd reason we just went, yeah, let's not go see Return of the Jedi. It'll come back, right? Like, damn it.
It was just out of the theater, and we're like, oh, we didn't go, man.
Yeah.
We should when we would have been there opening night.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Return of the Jedi.
I kick myself in the ass every time.
You and me both.
So,
You and me both.
so speaking of kicking the ass, so Blue Beetle's coming out, Adam.
Woo!
Ooh, boy. Man, the projections for this movie have absolutely plummeted. It's not even. I think the opening projections for the movie are between like 12 and 17 million, which is, boy, that's bad. And I know I think they kept the budget pretty low on this one, and it'll probably show. But yeah, I think this is just one of those. No one's expecting much from this movie, and if it does anything, I think they'll be excited. But that's like the only buzz is not good buzz for this movie.
They scrapped the Batgirl movie because they were afraid it would hurt the Flash.
Right.
Blue Beetle and
the
stuff.
brand. They thought it would hurt DC.
Jeez, man. I mean, let's think about that just for a second. How bad could this movie be? I mean,
well, that's like it doesn't. I don't think it looks particularly bad, but just the
look. Black Adam had Movie Kid. If this fucking thing has Movie Kid in it,
and it's got movie family, so it's gonna have a kid. There's gonna be a little girl or a little sister or a little brother. So,
well, then it's just basically Three Ninjas and stupid shit like that. I wasn't into when I was a kid anyway.
Love Three Ninjas.
Remember Three Ninjas, the three little triplet brothers?
I just started following. Oh, hold on. Nate's here. Hey, Nate.
What's going on, Nate?
Hello.
So we were just talking about Three
Bite.
Ninja. Oh boy, he got his shirt. Look at he's got his shirt, repping his shirt.
Yeah.
So, but funny. Hold on, before. So we were talking about Three Ninjas. I just started following Colt on Instagram because he still does some stuff, but he's a martial artist and he's got a school and all that, but he still does acting gigs periodically. So it's funny
Yeah.
that you mentioned that, and I was just like, oh, I started following him on Instagram. So anyway, Nate, what's happening, sir? How are you?
I don't know where I got to sneak in some time, so I'm excited. I'm happy.
What's going
It's like,
on, man?
I snuck away for the family for this.
Yes. Well, I talked to you a little bit earlier about this whole breast cancer research thing, and
Yeah.
I just had some really cool phone calls waiting for my family to get back, and then my wife told me that I have another 15 minutes or so, and I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna join my buddies online. Yeah.
So yeah, Adam,
But
that's we had a quick conversation with Nate. Nate wants to. Well, he's teaming up with. Who are you team? What's the? I don't want to screw it up. So who are you
so
teaming up with?
it's creators, comic shops, podcasts, like whatnot, auction people to do some. My idea is sketch cards, 2 sketch cards. I figured it was low engagement for an artist, a pink motif for breast cancer awareness, and to either sell, raffle, auction, and somehow raise that money and then turn it into the BCRF. I always get the acronym wrong. And or like I'm making an official page that will be on their website so you can see it's legit. It's not just me collecting donut money. Donut. Oh, very good.
You're like, I'm legit. I have a website.
So
Donuts.
there, yeah, man. I mean, that's kind of it. I talked to a shop in Las Vegas. I talked to a shop in Hawaii, and getting some positive feedback. It's kind of cool. You talk to you guys. It sounds like maybe you might help. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. Anything
Would
so
love
for
to.
cancer? Yeah.
yeah, and I mean it's you know it's a good cause, and I'm learning a lot. Like I didn't realize, you know, kind of how it affects women and like the mental process that they have to go through because it's part of their identity as a woman, as a mother. So yeah, getting
Yeah.
educated. Mark, who's one of our team, his sister passed away from it, and that's kind of where it started off at. And as we're going around, it's like my mother has it. This other person passed away from it. So not my mother, but the person I'm speaking to. Anyway, so there's my little thing for you guys.
Yeah, because my family's been hit really hard by cancer. My mom passed. My brother's mom passed. Uh, my one cousin, she just got done battling cancer. She actually won, but yeah, our cancer's very, very unfortunately prominent in our family. So
Yeah.
anything we can do to help with that, we are absolutely. At least I don't want to speak for Adam, but I am absolutely in for. So
Sweet.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
Without a question.
I have a question.
okay,
I'm gonna,
true.
Adam, what do you think of Killer Hair so far?
Okay, so the night I sat down, I haven't finished it yet.
Just tell me
The
what you
night-
think of it so far. Is it
It's
horrible?
awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome.
And quick synopsis for the people what killer hair is again, Nate.
It's a man and his dog. They go on a life learning lesson into the wilderness and wrestle the harder things in life, like a bear, a tortoise, a popsicle. That sounds inappropriate.
And a killer hair and a killer rabbit.
Killer Hair is about a woman whose hair gets possessed. She's kind of downtrodden, having a lot of life situations happen. The hair empowers her. It has a life of its own, and it starts to destroy things around her. It is a protective mechanism in some ways, but it also can wreak havoc.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Doctor Strange's cloak.
Yes.
It will get her out of precarious situations without her even needing to do anything.
Oh, yeah, it's without a doubt, without a doubt.
No.
I've got feedback, but I will.
But it's
I want to
leaning
finish
toward
it. I
positive?
want to finish it. I want to finish it first. Leaning towards the positive. I love it.
All right.
It's really good.
Hooray.
I ran over a screw the other night
Oh no.
and had to spend my evening at the Discount Tire. They fix that for free if they can save your tire.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was very lucky, but I had to wait 2 hours, and I got home very late. But that's
So you
what
got
happened to
screwed.
my reading. I got screwed. That's what happened to my reading time the day we were texting.
Yeah.
So
I'm just excited. You're the first person. My wife, I told her that you were reading it, the first person to read the final draft, or the first final draft, and she said I want to read it too. But she's not analytical. She liked it. She approved. So that's a good start for me because part of the character is based on her. But I love how Adam can reference like a Batman book written in 1983. So I know that the wheels are turning up there, and I want to find out what holes he can find. There's some on purpose, so I'm excited. So I'm sorry for my enthusiasm knocking down your door.
do not be sorry. I'm sorry for my tardiness. I thought I would be done with it by now, but it's working a lot of hours. So
That's always the hard thing when it comes to like writing a story, because especially if you watch a lot of movies or read a lot of things and you're like, how do I make this somewhat waterproof? Like, the metaphor that's a boat. Like, how do I keep it from,
Singing.
Just like
That's
taking
thinking.
on water? It's like, where I plug the holes, but you can't plug every single hole or else the story can't go anywhere. So you have to be kind of, like you said, you kind of got to leave some things open so that the story can take place, even though it may seem absurd. That's why so many times, like I'm watching a movie, I was like, well, that's stupid. Be like, well, if they don't do this, then the movie can't happen. So the movie has to happen, right? So
Well, our friend Chris and I had the same opinion when we saw The Dark Knight for the first time. And when we were talking about it, we both said, I hated this movie until they fixed it. And what happened was when they killed Gordon, they make you spoilers, everybody, if you haven't watched The Dark Knight. It was released in 2008. But they kill Gordon, but then you find out that he faked his death. It was a ruse to get the Joker. And when we thought that they went all the way, I remember kind of sitting in the theater, like I didn't get that excited.
I picture Adam putting his hands on the armrest. He's like, "Do I walk out now? Should I leave? Hold on."
I was like, this is some bullshit. And then there was another part in that movie too. Do you want to know how I got these scars? I'm like, oh my god, he's got a fucking origin. And then a few minutes later, he says the same shit again. It's a totally different whacked out story. I was like, okay. So they kept taking you places in that story. That they took some chances at first, and then the end happened, and that got, it got a little weird. And then the next movie came out, and it got even weirder.
Yeah.
So
well, that's like originally. Remember how pissed off people were when they announced Heath Ledger as the Joker?
I know, right?
People are like, "What the hell? Like Heath Ledger, the guy in 10 Things I Hate About You or whatever." It's like that guy, and then we all watch the movie. We're like, "Oh,
holy shit!"
and I think everybody knew, like, "Oh, that was special. That was what we just saw. That was special."
Yeah, absolutely. So. But it is. It's right there with.
I'd put that.
I'm just saying, I'm excited.
Yeah. No, it's
we
hopefully I will get to read it at some point.
Well, I don't want to send it out to too many people. If you want to read it, I'm into it. I want to like get feedback one at a time.
Sure.
So yeah.
I will finish it.
All right, you will. It will be the quest.
Adam's got
It
more
is right
homework.
now.
But the thing
That's all right.
me along the way is like just make it ridiculous. Like if you
Yeah.
want it to be fun, just like and I tried to like just continually use a trope and then up the ante and like it's so formulaic and basic, but it like at the same time I wanted it to be like why is this happening?
Well, that's like when we were talking earlier about what was the movie on Netflix that we
They
were
clone Tyrone.
yeah, the Clone Time. Be like it's all just stereotypes, of black plate, black. What the hell's the word? I can't.
Black exploitation.
Black exploitation and all. Oh,
I got an itchy elbow.
yeah. And then, but you're just like it just leans in all these things, but it's a fun movie. So like,
I haven't
let's
laughed
just
so
leave it.
hard at a movie watching that they clone Tyrone. I mean, like genuine, just like laughter because the situations that they're in, they're so like awkward. It's
Right.
just like, okay, this is happening.
So, we were just talking about Blue Beetle. Are you guys going to watch Blue Beetle, Nate, over on your side?
I don't know. If the kids want to watch it, I want to see Strays. I want to see Strays.
Oh, is that the dog movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, my cat is actually stuck in the window. It's too high for her to.
Can you show
get
us?
up.
Show us.
Yeah. Wait, let's see. Can you see her?
Hold on.
You
Wait.
see her?
Nope. There it is.
Yeah, it's stuck up there.
Can she not get back down?
Is that
I don't think so.
Kit
She's
Kat?
looking around and that's Kit Kat. She's looking around going,
I'm stuck.
When you guys were talking, I heard this and I look at her, whatnot, and there she is up there. Yeah, she's looking around like, how am I gonna do this?
How do I get down? But also, if you go and like knock her down or set her down, she's just gonna jump back up there. So
Yeah, she's laying down now. Okay,
because that's how cats are.
she's like,
Yeah.
You stuck or what?
You guys excited for Blue Beetle?
No, not so much.
We're gonna watch it. I'm not excited.
I was excited about Gal Gadot coming back as Gal Gadot. I don't know how to say her name. But
she's not.
She's Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. No, that was debunked, I think, by James Gunn.
Yeah, but I thought
Didn't
she
they
actually
debunk
said
that?
it in an interview herself.
Well, I think she shot it. I think she went and did reshoots for it, but I don't know if it made it into the movie because let's be honest, the DC, the last breath remnants here of the DCU are it's a train wreck. It's a mess, and it's not.
Well,
helping
last week, Gal Gadot, I think what Nate's referring to is last week Gal Gadot said that her and James Gunn and Peter Safran are going to still develop Wonder Woman 3 together.
Oh.
And they're not. Which would be cool. But then why is Henry Cavill not Superman? Oh, what's the deal there? Okay. So if you're going to do a reboot, then I think they should do a full-blown reboot. I don't think they should carry on with her. I would love to see her as Wonder Woman. Don't get me wrong, but she's the Wonder Woman of that universe and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with recasting everybody. If that's the way you who should? Oh gosh, I don't. Megan Fox should play every woman. Megan Fox should play every woman. That came from my heart, man.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like everybody's pissed about the April and the new Turtle movies, and everybody's like, "You went from Megan Fox to." It's like, whatever. Anytime you go from Megan Fox to not Megan Fox, there's a problem.
To not Megan.
Yeah, to not Megan Fox as a drop
Cowabunga
off.
Not Megan
That's
Fox.
right. All right, we got to talk about something else here.
Yes.
Blue
So I was
Beetle or
Yeah.
Blue Ballrooms?
No, we're not having that conversation. We talked about that earlier. We talked about that not on the show. That's not going on the show.
Well, we brought up Megan Fox, so now I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Wait, that was my
Because I
fault.
can't control myself.
Just turn your camera off. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just goofing
Yeah. So,
around.
but I was, so I did listen to the latest episode of Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, and he had on Paul Walter Hauser. Nate, do you know who Paul Walter Hauser is?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was just like, he's one of those guys where I'm like, who is this? And I saw a picture of him. I was like, oh, I like him. He's in a lot of good stuff. So I'll see if it's funny. It's not like a great photo, but this is a photo I showed Adam. And Adam's like, oh, yeah, that guy. So he's a character actor in Hollywood, and he's been in a lot of stuff. Most notably, he was in I, Tonya, which is what this picture's from.
It was Jeff Galooly's buddy.
Yeah, Jeff Galooly's buddy. And
So what is he going to be in?
He was on Inside of You.
Yeah, he was just on. I don't know. I don't think he was promoting anything necessarily, but he played Richard Jewell in the Richard Jewell movie.
Okay.
If the one directed by Clint Eastwood, which was actually a really good movie and like a really, really terrible. That was a sad story. He was in the Black Klansman, and he was in the series Blackbird, which I've heard good things about, but I have not seen. But it was just a really interesting take on, because he's actually from Michigan, which
Represent.
yeah, but he also really talked about like being a Christian in Hollywood, and was really upfront with a lot of things about his faith, but also like he talked about some of the process to get into character, to go to certain places, which sometimes and I've seen, behind the scenes stuff of one of the most notable ones was, I think it was Claire Danes in Rainmaker. And before the scene, the guy had to go up to her and just like verbally berate her to get her to start crying. And it was like so crazy, because you see him like going off and yelling at her, and he walks away, and he's just like, you could just tell he felt like the biggest piece of shit to make Claire Danes get to there emotionally. And Paul was telling about when he was doing I, Tonya, and he walked up to Margot Robbie before the scene, and he goes, hey, I need you to say this to me so I can get here mentally. And it, for some odd reason, this just stuck out from the whole episode. And it was just like, he's like, I need you to tell me I'm inadequate. And I just went like, oh crap, like, like talk about just like a swift kick in the junk. I was like, holy geez, like like you had to go there for that part. And kind of Margot Robbie kind of the same thing, where she's like, had to take a beat and had to really say it to him, and then she's like, I'm so sorry. It was just like some of the things like actors do to themselves to get to certain spots, for a role. I was just like, goodness gracious.
Did you hear the Willem Dafoe? There was, I don't remember what movie it was, but he let the actress slap him like 34 times in a row so that they could get the right take. Like he was like, no, just actually go ahead and it's like really haul off and slap me. I forget what. I don't remember which movie it was.
I can't remember what movie it's for either, but it was a movie where Goldberg was in it, and he told the guy, he's like, dude, just hit me. Like, don't have to, like, don't pull it, just punch me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not the same thing as getting slapped 34 times, but it's like, if Goldberg tells you to punch him, you're like, how hard do I punch Goldberg? But yeah, it's just, and that's why I love like behind the scenes stuff in general, just because you get like, as much as I make fun of actors, or don't think necessarily very high of actors because they play pretend and get paid very well to do so. But some of the things that they have to do emotionally to get there is, what makes some of the actors special and not special.
I'm gonna have to sign
You're
off.
terrible.
I'm a terrible person.
I don't like actors.
I tell everybody. Well, it's
When I was a kid, my parents took me to see Cats.
and that's why I hate cats.
And I went in the back with all the other actors, and everybody in their costume had their way with me. That was America. All right, I'll see you, Nate.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good night.
But yeah, when it comes to strikes, but this is what I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I hate strikes in sports, and I hate strikes with with Hollywood, because I mean it's
There's a lot of the more of those people though in the picket lines are people like a lot of them are like us. Like a lot of them are making just what we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to an extent, but the writers, the certain things the writers are going for, I'll disagree, but just in general. But I don't like when millionaires and billionaires are forcing the average person to try and take a side, and that's the stuff I don't like. Like when it comes to professional athletes, like, dude, I don't want to hear how bad your life is when you're making $20 million a year. Now, I know not all the writers and not all the actors do, but at the same time, this is your chosen profession. You
They're paying a union though to represent them. Though they're paying for it. I mean, if there's something that they want, and they're contracted people. I mean, I don't know. It's I understand where you're coming from when it comes to the big ones and the big leagues. Fran Drescher was at a thing with what's her name, Kim Kardashian, the night that they were, supposed to negotiate or something like that. And like, what kind of shit is that? She was a president of the SAG Actors Guild, So how seriously does she take the claims of the people who are just trying to grind it out, trying to look for a break, trying to make a living? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it is a living.
No, and
I mean, look at the Three Stooges, man. Look how bad they got fucked.
Well,
look how bad,
Shocker! Like the road is paved with the dead bodies of all the people that Hollywood has, taken in, destroyed and just spit out the other side of the machine. I mean, it's crazy. And trust me, I'm not anti-union. I'm not pro-union. I'll take the advice of the late great Dick Kernan when he says, when it comes to unions, you'll know if you should be in or out. So, and if you're an actor in Hollywood, you should probably be in the union because they're going to take care of you. But there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of weird stuff. Like SAG is going after SAG-AFTRA is going after like YouTubers and influencers and saying, "Oh, hey, you guys shouldn't stream. You guys shouldn't make money off YouTube in case one day you want to be part of the SAG-AFTRA. Then we might not let you in." It's like, get bent. Like, you got to make money. I got to make money, but I'm not going to sit here and play by Hollywood silly freaking rules. So, like, trust me, for the average guy, and I know there's always a base level people. There's the guys who are editors, and the guys who actually, all their job is to take the footage and upload it to a server. Like, those guys aren't getting paid millions of dollars. I get it. But Hollywood is a bizarre, crazy machine, and it's
greedy.
Greedy, and also it's
Hollywood also beautiful in so many ways.
But I don't know. When it comes to the whole union strike, they're very rarely are there good guys. I'll say that.
Want to know what I give a shit about?
What's that?
Driving a convert. I don't know. You got me on that one. Driving a convertible along Mulholland Drive. You know why?
Classic.
What'd you say?
like a classic convertible down Mulholland. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said something else. Like they did in the classic Batman 66 television series. That's where they drove from the Batcave to. Uh, how could I forget the name of that town? Gotham City. Yeah, that's Mulholland.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Man, Gotham really looks like California. I
Yeah.
love that show.
I love that show so much. The
It
show's
makes
so good.
no sense, and I love it so much. So, all right, Adam, are we going to review Ahsoka?
Review it?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's coming out.
you're not going to like it anyway.
No,
I probably will.
which is fine. I'll see if Jerry's available, and we'll get Jerry in on it.
That would be good because I probably will like it. I mean, I can watch Rosario Dawson paint.
I say yeah, and I'll watch Rosario Dawson watch the paint dry, and I'll be fine. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm a Rosario Dawson fan, but
I'm in her corner, as they say.
as the people like to say, I'm a
As all the crazy kids. Yeah.
But other than that, Adam, what do you got? Anything you got that you want to talk about?
Nope.
Fantastic.
Just kidding. I am. I was in the. I was at the local Target, and I had to pass because of financial situations. You know what I mean? You gotta. You gotta really. Your entertainment budget, right? So it's like
you're talking to a turtle fan. I've had to pass on so flipping much.
All right. Well, I had to pass on all three of these. Now I couldn't even pick one because Mattel had to be dickheads and sell them as deluxe figures. I had to pass on Clawful. I had to pass on Whiplash, and I had to pass on Ram Man.
I would say, don't you say Ram Man?
And I don't think that. I think it's bullshit. Come on, man. What makes it a fucking deluxe figure? Because they put an extra head in there,
dude. I'm not happy with McFarlane in general, because the bulk of their stuff's just been repaints. I've talked about this before, but man, just like talking about greedy. I know everybody's trying to make money, and I know Mattel's in a weird spot because they're super psyched about all the success that Barbie's having, and for some odd reason they're like, yeah, that's going to apply to everything else Mattel. No, it's not.
Yeah. I the idea now is let's make more movies about toys. No, man, make more good movies.
Make good movies. Yeah.
That's it. I haven't seen Barbie, but I'm willing to bet that it's a good movie. At very least, it's probably a very good movie.
I'm gonna put it in the realm of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, where like it just like even if it's dog shit, all the Barbie people are gonna show up, and it turned into like a movement for all the the older, not older, our age and a little bit younger, whoever, the generation of Barbie fans went out and just supported Barbie because they support Barbie stuff. Like I've supported comic book movies for the last 20 years.
I would throw it at us. I'd give it a Star Wars level thing, but I'd go more along the original like trilogy. Like it came out of nowhere. Everybody expected it to do well. Nobody expected it to be a fucking $1 billion movie.
Yeah, not billion.
And it just passed the Dark Knight.
Yeah, Yeah, it's not even close. I mean,
right. I mean, it might get the prestigious $2 billion. You never know.
I don't know if it'll go to, but it's. Hold on, let's see, kind of where it's at from last weekend. Yeah, Barbie. So it just did another 34 million this past weekend.
Oh, wow.
And
that's an opening weekend number.
Yeah, that's an average. Jesus, yeah, it might hit 2 billion. It might.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong number. It's at 1.2 right now. So it I'll say it'll probably peter out 1.4, maybe 1.5. But it's it's a monster, and I think it's one of those happy surprises for Mattel. But like you said, they're gonna take it the wrong way.
Yeah, more movies about toys. Hold on a second. My cat, she wants down. She's stuck. Sorry, folks.
So, yeah, so Barbie was a big performer, still the number one performer at 34 million. Oppenheimer brought in another 19. Ninja Turtles brought in another 15. So we were talking about some of the breakdowns from those. This was a movie that they kind of spotlighted where there was a large split between the domestic versus global market. I'll show you real quick what I was talking about. So,
all right, sorry about that.
sure. I'm just talking about kind of what we were talking about earlier about the breakdown from the Turtles movies, because it brought in a respectable another $15 million. And it's so US and Canada 78 million. Combined with gross worldwide, it just bumps it up to 101. so that'll give you the breakdown that we were kind of talking about. So it's the international market is not a fan of this.
Cowabunga.
But just in English, because we don't need to worry about any translations for this one, boys. So is some of that somewhat related to the April decision? I can't say. I won't speculate that. Others have, but can't rule it out, I guess. But I said we still gotta have Josh on to get his review. Hopefully he checks it out. But so we're gonna go check. We're gonna review Ahsoka. It's been decided.
Da.
Was ist das, ja.
You look so unhappy about it. I swear to God, I ought to screenshot this.
Well, we can. Like the decision when Nick makes a decision to review Star Wars Disney.
Oh, do it again.
Hold on. There's no. Hold on.
There we go. Hold it. Oh, damn you.
Hold on. I'm holding it. Oh no.
All right. Now it's like watching a YouTube video and trying to screenshot something cool.
Right.
And I am watching a YouTube video.
We are
anyway.
professionals.
We sure are. No, I'm excited to go see Voyage of the Demeter more than I'm excited to go see Blue Beetle. I don't mean to be so droll about going to see Blue Beetle, but it's a misstep, man. It's definitely a misstep to make that movie from the old regime. Like, it shouldn't even have been on the table. You know what I mean? Like, let's hurry up and rush and let's find out what the kids are going to like and all of this bullshit.
Well, and they're trying to roll this into some type of narrative where they did with Black Panther, where they hit it perfectly, where they made it an event. And it was almost like if you didn't go see Black Panther and like Black Panther, somehow you were a terrible person. And I think they're trying to pull the same strings for Blue Beetle. Like, it's the first Latino star and blah, 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 blah. And everybody's like, we still have no idea who the hell this person is or who this character is.
His name's Jaime.
Yeah, he's never been introduced into anything DC related. The only time he honestly shows up in any headlines for anything DC is when they kill him. That's the only time he shows up.
He was in the one of the Titans movies, and Damian Wayne almost killed him. And he was he did a stint on, not a stint, but he did an episode on Smallville too.
Yeah, but I mean, if you ask the average comic fan, like, whose will be? Like, I don't know. I've heard of them, but I can't tell you anything about them. So, and then
Ted
they try,
Cord.
and then they what's
Ted
that?
Cord is Ted Cord is the Blue Beetle,
Yeah,
and he's not.
and then who they
He's
introduced first? Not Ted.
Jaime
I don't know.
something
It's,
or else.
to say, like I said, it's a misstep is to, it's the epitome of a misstep. But
Yeah, man. I understand where your hate comes from with certain writers and certain writing. Like I really do. Like I don't ever think Christina Hodson should ever be allowed to write a DC movie again. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they should hire her over at Marvel. But I don't think she should never not write again. But
no,
leave my stuff alone.
that's that's it. It's like, hey,
Leave my stuff alone.
I don't hate you, but I just don't want you to touch my stuff.
Yeah.
I kept seeing this post floating around, but I don't see it on McFarlane's website. Are they coming out with like an OG Hawkman?
Yes.
I'm scrolling. I thought I saw it, but I don't see it anymore.
They're doing an OG Hawkman. They're doing an
But it
OG
doesn't-
Wonder Woman.
But it doesn't look like an OG. It doesn't look like OG Hawkman. It looks like I don't know. Not what I think of when I think of like original Hawkman.
I don't know. I can't remember what it looks like.
Like he doesn't have a shirt on. He's got his chest hair all out and everything. I'm like,
They need to do a Neil Adams Batman where he has no shirt on. Did you ever see that where he fights Ra's al Ghul? They do it in Batman the Animated Series.
yeah, okay.
Where he's got just a cowl.
Right. Yep. That I don't know. That's stuff I don't mind, but like, so this is the image I keep seeing floating around.
Yeah, that looks about right.
But that's, like I said, that's not what I think of when I think of Hawkman. So
Really? What do you think of?
hold on. Let me hit up the old Googles. Or maybe I might be splitting hairs here. So
I think he's splitting hairs, ladies and gentlemen. He likes to split them. You know.
I don't know. Some
He
odd reason, I
doesn't
thought he had
know.
a green top. Like, I don't know.
You thought he had a green top?
Maybe he just had green pants.
Yeah, he has green pants. So you thought he wore a shirt the whole time?
No, I thought he had. It never struck me as a just, hey, here's my out here.
That's why it's called the Savage Hawkman.
Why? That's why.
Yeah.
Not because he beats people with a mace.
Yeah, savages don't wear shirts, man.
It's in the dictionary. I was going to say Bible.
Yeah.
In the dictionary.
It's probably in there too.
So I don't know.
Savages don't wear shirts.
Savages don't wear shirts. You heard it here first.
Isn't that right, Nabbit?
Or maybe because I'm thinking, maybe it's more this I'm thinking of because I thought the chest part just covered more.
He's too naked for you.
Well, I don't know. I just not a big fan of like, hey, we're gonna paint chest hair on this guy.
No, I don't
And
know.
then
Look
I'm
up
gonna
look
buy
up look at the DC Superpowers toy. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Probably. No, he's wearing less there.
Oh, okay. I think Nick left, which means it's probably time to put a pin in it. From all of us to all of you, may your day be merry and bright.
I hit the wrong tab.
I guess so. There he is. He's back, folks.
I shut down the whole show. Oh no. That's the oh no. Screenshot that one. The
Yeah. Ah, gotcha.
so all right. Anyway, Adam, I think that's not a bad spot to wrap.
All right.
Up. So,
Very well.
any last words for the people?
Bunnies. No.
That'll do it.
You know what? Check out Voyage of the Demeter. That's the one I'm excited about. 5 minutes ago, I was telling you about. I'm excited to see that one. So, yeah.
Yeah, Voyage of the Meter and Blue Beetle. We're doing back-to-back double features the same day. So we'll have reviews for y'all next time. But if you want to see what we're talking about on the show, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. If you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. We're on all the major podcast platforms. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, and Google Podcasts. So, Adam,
Listen to our show, damn it.
good night, America.
Good night, Planet Houston. We love you. And listen only if you want to.